did your parents realize they were wrong? My parents homeschooled me and forbade speaking to any non-family member ever. Growing up, I thought everyone lived like we did. When they went grocery shopping, we waited in the car with the doors locked and windows up. If anyone walked by, we had to look down at our laps. Eye contact with strangers was forbidden. Mom said outsiders would poison our minds, and Dad backed her up with Quran verses about being separate from the world. The only people I ever spoke to were my parents and sister Rachel. This rule destroyed any chance of normal development. By age 16, I could barely function in required state testing situations. The testing proctor would ask me simple questions, and I would freeze up completely. My hands would shake and sweat would drip down my face. The only outside person I saw regularly was our mail carrier Archie. He showed up like clockwork, 2 in the afternoon, every single day. He was 15 years older than me, but I was still fantasizing about our life together. That's what boredom does to you. One day he caught me looking, and instead of telling my parents, he smiled and waved like it was nothing. I immediately ducked down terrified, but he just kept delivering mail like nothing happened. The next day he waved again. After a week of this, he started making these weird movements with his hands, not quite waving, something else. At first I thought maybe he had some kind of condition or something, but then it clicked. He would point at our oak tree, then his fingers would bloom upward like branches. He'd gesture at his mail truck, then ball his fists and pump them forward like he was driving. He was teaching me an entire secret language through the window, and I became obsessed. This went on for months. Archie would spend an extra minute or two at our mailbox showing me new signs. I practiced in my room constantly. Rachel caught me once and I taught her too. We'd argue, joke, share secrets, all in perfect silence. My parents never suspected because we'd gotten so good at switching to statue mode the second we heard footsteps. They actually complimented us at dinner one night about how we'd stopped bickering. One Tuesday afternoon, my world stopped. I was practicing signs in my room when the sound ripped through everything. Screeching tires, then that thud. That specific wrong thud that you know means something terrible. I ran to the window and my brain couldn't process what I saw at first. A small body flying through the air. A little boy landed hard on the pavement as a white Hyundai sped away. Blood pooled under his head. People started screaming and running toward him. I pressed my face against the glass hard enough to leave marks, trying to see if his chest was moving at all. That's when I noticed a woman standing frozen on the sidewalk. She was frantically signing and pointing at the fleeing car, but she might as well have been invisible. Nobody understood her. She kept spelling out letters and numbers, but everyone just stared like she was having some kind of breakdown. My whole body shook as it hit me. She saw the plate. She knew who did this. She was trying to tell them, but her words were trapped in her hands. The boy still hadn't moved. Someone was yelling about calling 911. The deaf woman kept signing the same sequence over and over. BR7492. She saw the plate number but couldn't communicate it. I knew those signs. Archie had taught me letters and numbers last month. My parents' rules thundered in my ears, but that little boy was dying. There wasn't time to be scared. I sprinted downstairs where Mom was teaching Rachel mathematics. There's been an accident, I gasped. A hit and run. A boy got hit. Mom jumped up and I saw her shift into lockdown mode instantly. Stay inside. Do not go out there. She moved toward the window and I knew the second she saw that crowd we'd be barricaded in for days. Mom, please. There's a deaf witness. She saw the license plate but no one understands her. I know sign language. I can help. The words crashed out of me in a desperate rush. You know what? How could you possibly know that? Her face transformed. Confusion, then understanding, then pure fury. Have you been communicating with outsiders? Dad came running from his office. What's happening? Through the window we could see paramedics arriving. The boy was so still. Too still. The deaf woman was crying now. Her signs getting sloppier, more desperate, still trying to tell anyone who would look at her. Your daughter has been secretly learning sign language. Mom spat. She wants to go talk to strangers. Please, I screamed. That boy is dying and she saw who did it. No one else can understand her. Please let me help. Dad grabbed my shoulders hard. You deliberately disobeyed us. You put this entire family at risk of contamination. His fingers dug into my skin. We are not involved in worldly affairs. I wrenched away from him and ran for the door. Mom shrieked behind me, but I didn't stop. I burst outside for the first time in years without permission. The sunlight felt alien on my skin. People turned to stare as I ran barefoot across our yard. The deaf woman saw me approaching and started signing frantically. I signed back, I understand you, and her eyes went wide. License plate, she signed. BR7492, white Hyundai, Michigan plates. I spun toward the nearest adult. The words felt strange in my mouth after years of silence. Full story on channel, link below.